What's going on, guys? Quick video. And today, you guys read the title of the video. 3 reasons that you have small arms. And small arms is a relative thing, but I'm going to say arms that are proportionally small. If you're just overall still trying to get close to your genetic potential, and you're growing proportionally, then that's not necessarily an issue. The biggest problem for overall growth is obviously eating enough food and just giving your body time. Muscle growth is a slow process. Now, that being said, people that have disproportionately small arms, there's a few things that could be going on. And one of the biggest things that I've noticed is people overtraining their arms. Now, I've been an advocate of this 100% because you feel like your arms are bigger when you get a pump before you leave the gym. But there's a difference between doing 3 sets of bicep curls before you leave the gym and doing 12 sets of bicep curls before you leave the gym, or doing a few sets of rope press downs to get a pump versus doing a whole tricep workout every day. So this is critical because overtraining your arms will take away from your other training. So if your triceps are sore, your bench press is not going to be as good. Your chest training isn't going to be as good. Your shoulder training isn't going to be good. If your biceps are sore, your back training isn't going to be as good. So a lot of guys are prioritizing, they think that they're prioritizing their arm training, when in reality, the majority of your arm growth is going to come from the heavy compound movements. And this is shown in several studies. So for instance, lat pull downs. I'm not telling you to just do lat pull downs for your biceps, but lat pull downs, pull-ups, stimulate the bicep just as much as a bicep curl for growth. So cause the equivalent amount of growth. So what does that mean? It means at the end of the day, yes, you do a bicep curl, you're going to get a crazy pump. You're going to think that your biceps are being stimulated, but you're using relatively light weight. So a lot of your growth is going to come from these heavy compound movements. To build big triceps, anybody that has a big bench press is going to have big triceps. That's just reality. Anyone that can bench press 350 pounds probably has decent sized triceps. Actually, definitely has decent sized triceps. Anybody that can do a bent over row with 350 pounds has decent sized biceps. That's just the reality of it. So your priority should be on your getting stronger on your core movements. So pull-ups, bench press, overhead press, rows. Those are what's going to get your arms bigger. Now, obviously, yes, train your legs, train everything else too, but I'm talking about how to specifically get big arms. Don't do a whole arm day to yourself, because you might feel like you're getting good results, but unless you're on a ton of drugs, unless you're running a gram of test a week or something else, that's not going to be optimal for your growth, even to get big arms. So my suggestion is hit arms, something for arms every day. I agree with that. I think that you should stimulate them as much as possible to stimulate them as much growth. But you can't annihilate them. If you're natural, you cannot annihilate your muscles and expect them to grow, especially little muscles like your arms. So my recommendation is do your chest workout as heavy as possible, okay? Go in and kill your chest. Let's say you do push-pull legs. Go in, kill your chest, then kill your shoulders, and then do your triceps at the end. Your triceps are already going to be fatigued because you did heavy pressing, which is going to stimulate growth. The majority of your growth from your triceps is going to come from your heavy compound movements. And then you finish it off. So you do 5 sets of tricep extensions. Perfect. So you already hit them when you're doing all your pressing movements. You just finish them off, get a pump, and you did enough that you're going to be sore, but you're probably going to be recovered before you get to your next workout. Then the next day, let's say you do back. You go in, you do your heavy rows, you do your pull-ups, you do deadlifts, whatever you're doing for back. Go heavy. Focus on your big muscle groups. Focus on training your back. And then go over and do your 3 sets or 5 sets of bicep curls. That's it. That's all you need to do. And this way, your muscles can stay fuller. You can recover faster, and you can actually cause growth because you're going to keep your protein synthesis longer. So if you train your arms every day, I recommend training your arms something for your arms every day. So bicep, tricep, bicep, tricep. That's kind of the model I go with. But you don't have to annihilate them. Do a little bit to get your protein so that you stimulate protein synthesis and then allow your muscles to grow. You don't want them to be so caught up in recovering that they don't have enough time to actually build any size, because if you're natural, let's say your let's say that protein synthesis in your muscle lasts for 72 hours, which is the long, that's pushing it, 72 hours. So if your biceps are sore for 2 days, that doesn't give you very much time to grow. If you do 5 sets of biceps though, you're a little bit sore the next day, and then you can grow the next 2 days. That makes sense. Does that logically make sense? Focus on your big muscle groups. Do enough at the end of your push days for triceps to get a pump. Do enough on your pull days to get a bicep pump. And then go to the gym, eat in a caloric surplus. Actually make sure you're getting enough food and protein. Get your gram of protein per pound of body weight, and you will grow. And be patient. It's not an overnight thing. Guys are looking for this quick fix, how to put an inch on their arms in a month. How to put their inch on. If you put an inch on your arms in a year, that's insanely impressive, unless you've only been training, unless it's your first year of training. If you do that after your first year of training, as a natural, that's insane. So focus on your heavy movements, focus on getting stronger, and after you do your heavy training, so you do your pushing, get a pump in your triceps. After your heavy pressing, get a pump in your biceps. Other way around, sorry. On leg day, just do your legs and then repeat it. It's not hard. Just understand that it's going to take time and that you actually need to allow your body to recover. And that's something that took me a really long time to learn. Because I've noticed that the less I train my arms, if I stop doing arm days, because arm days are kind of a waste, in my opinion, if you are natural, because your protein synthesis doesn't last long enough for you to get real effects out of it. So push-pull leg splits work amazing, and if you're trying to get big arms. For me, I do chest, then shoulders and triceps, because my shoulders and triceps are a weak point. So I do weak point training on one day, but it's a different case. If you're trying to get big arms, do your push-pull leg split, focus on your heavy compound movements first, and then get a pump. And eat in a caloric surplus, and you will grow. It's going to take time. It's going to take patience, but give it a try and let me know how it works. That's pretty much it. I appreciate all the support. Give this a try, and I will talk to you guys.